Last time on Polymorph Self. Having joined the army and arrived at the northern frontier of the kingdom, our heroes realized they were to be a crack team. They were unable to check in with their captain without first hitting up the lamp district for ale, also getting sidetracked into what Hjani called human stories. After meeting the captain and the quartermaster, they decided to check out the petitioners' hall to look for potential missions.
You enter the petitioners' hall. There is a central raised platform of wood, much like an auction block, except around it are all kinds of like grandstand seating in our sort of terms, like the seats raise up. It's almost like a theatre in the round set. Sitting on the raised stage are a bunch of scribes and the Castellan's assistant.
Oh, more scribes.
Scribes are everywhere in civilization. Yeah. They are your bane.
So this petitioner's hall, how does it work? People just go into the middle and start screaming their problems?
It looks like the Castellan's assistant will call out people who've put their name on a list. They sort of rise from their seat and they come down to the platform and sort of loudly and theatrically proclaim their complaints. That's how it looks like it works. You're sort of in the doorway listening to the hustle and bustle.
However, there's a crowd of people here waiting to have their petition heard, right? We could just maybe ask a couple of them from the peeping gallery.
Yeah, we could do that, or it's either that or push to the front and listen to someone who's actually on the stage. But yeah, if we're here at the edge,
Either way, it's all the same, right?
Well, let's ask someone nearby. Is there anyone here who looks particularly desperate?
You notice that in your dashing officers' cloaks, people do kind of get a little bit out of the way when they notice you. You seem to be born respect.
This is great.
We could probably just get up on that stage and ask if there's anyone with like a real proper problem that needs to be.
I'm actually just drawn to the stage because I want to go up and try out some jokes that I've been thinking of last day or two.
Comedian, huh?
I'm a bit of a comedy guy.
You have a skill in that. This
Yes,
might be
I
an awesome
do.
opportunity. So it appears to be a break where the next petitioner has not been called. There's a hubble and bubble on the stage. People are impatiently shuffling their papers and chattering in the galleries, and this is your chance to stand up on the stage and approach the scribes and the Castellan's assistant if you wish.
Bjorn, this might be a tough crowd in terms of comedy as well. They are here to complain about, raping and pillaging and the like. So just stick with the light stuff if you do a routine.
But these people, this is a room full of angry people. Don't you want to bring some levity to this?
Let's just ask the scribes on the stage what's going on first.
Let's not speak to the scribes.
Look at them, they're scribing. They need a break from their scribing.
Would anyone like to take the stage at least to speak to them? You'd have no idea how long this break may last.
Go on then, Bjorn, you get up there.
I bound to the stage.
You do that. The assistant Castellan and his scribes take a pause, turn around, note your cloak and pin, and say, second captain, sir, how may we be of service? Is something amiss?
Just looking for who is the most desperate person that you've spoken to today? What are the big problems weighing down on people right now?
At the moment you say that, the galleries go quiet and they all start listening intently to what this conversation is going to be. Okay, the most desperate people ever. Oh God, what a day. Let me see. He ruffles his papers.
Looking for a real juicy job, like something we can sink our teeth into. With
like
a
crack team, yeah.
With a crack team, we need to
crack
figure out how we work
We
together.
are a crack team.
So am I to take it that your team is looking to get in touch with someone who has a petition which may need a kind of an army assistance?
We are problem solvers. That's what we're here to do.
Well, there was a guy in here earlier from the outer farms, and he claimed that he was unable to produce his quota for the harvest because they had been raided, and that they knew of where the raiders' base was nearby, but did not have assistance to check it out. Now, we have a castle not so far from there. I didn't seem too convinced by this guy. We didn't know what to make of it. We told him to come back later when we could have someone to assign to him. And right now, he's somewhere down in the lamp district, taking a break, and he's supposed to come back later. But I don't even know if he's going to come back. His name was Dennis. And that's the only name he gave because that's what people are like when they come here for petitioning.
Dennis, that sounds like a human name.
He was, in fact, a human farmer from the frontier.
Okay.
Outer Farms, how far is that travel-wise?
That is a good question. The farmland is basically, about 6,000 square miles. And to get from here to the far end would take you something like 2 days of walking 8 hours a day or 1.5 days on the horse. That would get you to the castle on the outer east ridge. Then you'd need another half a day or a day to sort of get into that general area.
Yeah, Scribe, you got
All
anything in town?
Yeah, slightly closer. I mean, we'll note this down, but...
This is the problem. Like, we come all the way out from the Outer Farms asking for help, and then everyone here says, oh no, it's too far away. I want to go help Dennis.
At that moment, one of the scribes sort of interjects and says, the Dennis guy, remember, he said he was going to be in the Polo Polo.
Hey, the Polo Polo. Out. I could do it the top up. Let's get down there. I think I've got some friends in there. I used my charisma. I made some friends. This is meant to be.
Was this your first time ever drinking?
I was drinking the stronger of the ales. You guys were drinking the weak.
I've got a feeling
I
that
was drinking the wheat.
we might have an alcoholic on our hands if
Let's
he
go to the
can't
Polo
be
Polo.
sober. Oh, okay.
Don't worry, he's not
Have
an
a top
alcoholic,
up.
just a nerd.
All right.
You are feeling more sober.
Should we go to the Polo Polo with
I-
good news for the bartender who we all made pretty good friends with? He loved you. I say, pointing
yeah.
at Onas.
I think we felt a connection. There was definitely a connection between us.
So where would you like to head next?
Well, we've heard of raiders. I think maybe we should go and get our equipment and then go and tell the quartermaster we're going out on a mission to stop some raiders.
Well, let's go check the job first, and then we'll go
Oh, we
to the
get,
quartermaster.
but he might give us some more stuff like horses.
Wait, how far are the existing outposts? Could we make that stop before we go to the Polo Polo?
Who are you asking?
The
You're all
person...
currently standing on a stage with about 500 people listening to you from the galleries in this conversation.
Oh,
I'm just saying, before, Onas gets completely wasted again, maybe we could check out the existing outposts. Bjorn?
Seyda, do you have the skill and knowledge?
I don't.
Okay, now, see, you're from not far from the area they're talking about. So what I will do is we will make it a straight intelligence check. What's
Okay.
your intelligence modifier?
My intelligence modifier is +1.
+1. So you're going to have to roll a d20 and beat a 12. You've got a +1.
Okay.
If you can succeed, you'll be able to sort of calculate at like a real time, at like a detailed time, how you're going to get out there.
Okay, let's try this. I rolled a 1.
You search your mind thinking, if I was going out there by way of the South Road, what landmarks would I pass? How long would it take? And maybe it's that you've only had breakfast and no dinner, your head's spinning, you can't figure it out, and the babble is rising again as the scribes prepare to
Hot
call the
here.
next person.
I can't think properly in all this heat.
All right, then, Polo Polo we go.
oh yes.
Okay, you leave Petitioner's Hall, and Bjorn leads you.
Well, wait. Before we leave, I can't resist. I'm on a stage in front of 500 people. I've got to try some material.
Now you have performance skill comedy, right?
I've got performance skill comedy that I've got to use.
What is your skill rating for that?
It's a +1.
+1. Now,
I've got a +1 to comedy.
before you both try verbally and roll the dice, what's your general intention? Just to make these guys laugh? Or...
I want to see if I can make a room full of 500 people laugh.
Okay, now make a room full of 500 people laugh. It's a petitioner's hall. It's bustling. Everyone's impatient. I'm going to give that a difficulty class of 15. You get +1. Now here's the thing: if you fail the roll, you've got to tell the lamest bomb joke about farming. possible.
I roll first and then joke?
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you roll succeed and then tell the same lame farming joke, they all laugh anyway because they just love it. Yeah, exactly.
All
so
right.
roll first.
So it's a 15 difficulty. I've got a +1 to my comedy skill. I've rolled a 1 plus a 1. That's 2.
A natural one is, of course,
crowd.
a horrific fail. Tell your joke and then wait for the DM to describe what happens. The room goes silent.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a half human, and let me tell you something. I got if I filed my ears down, it'd be bad for my elf. You know what I mean? This is the other. I'm half human, half elf.
The room goes silent for a moment. Suddenly you feel a blinding pain in your temple as a rotten, stale cabbage smacks you on there. Boos start to rise and vegetables come flying your way.
All right, as I leave the stage, I ask, why did these people bring so many rotten fruit and veg to the petitioner's hall?
They're all farmers, says the quartermaster. You leave the hall.
We leave the hall, but I promise myself that I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, you lead them back into the lamp district, which, by the way, in the afternoon is even more crazily busy than before. Again, it's like small canyons, these lanes. All kinds of people living out on their balconies, hanging these lamps and flags, travelers wandering through, the smell of food and incense coming out of the place. Locals, Seyda and Bjorn, know that the reason there's so much oil incense being burned here is because without it, it would smell terrible. Eventually, you find your way back to the Polo, and you enter. You see the same barkeep. You see the same soldier at the bar who seems dry. And you notice this time, he is also an officer. His cloak is bundled on a chair next to him. He appears to be drowning his sorrows because of some obvious problem or failure. Also, you see a table of farmers.
We should look for Dennis.
While I do want to know about that officer's problems, we came here for a
We came
reason.
here for Dennis and some...
I think we should maybe buy those farmers a drink and sit down with them.
we don't need to buy them.
Yeah,
a
we don't need
drink.
to buy them. Let's not buy them a
Let's
drink.
just sit down with them. I mean,
We
they're
didn't ask for
farmers.
that stipend yet.
Yeah.
The farmers are already drinking. Not happily, but they look nervous. They're not saying much to each other, and they're kind of looking around a bit.
Well, I'm gonna go over there and ask if.
No.
Perhaps
No,
let
you are not
let the
going over
human talk to the
I'm
humans.
gonna go over there and sit
Nice,
down
yeah.
with them. I'm gonna go over and introduce myself to the farmers.
Okay, I'm the farmer.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm
boy.
Seyda. We were just in a petitioner's hall. I hear you have some problems with bandits.
I know you.
Ah,
Our
great.
village, Daniel's Furrow, is only 4 towns over from yours.
Oh, you're that Daniel.
When I say, well, I'm Dennis. The village is
sorry.
called Daniel's Furrow. When I say I know you, I think I know your mother or your clan. I've seen you. I've seen you out there in the fields.
I do have a lot of brothers.
Right. How can I help you? I'm sorry, we're not very sociable right now. We have great worries to contend with.
That's why we came over. I heard you had problems out in the village. We've had the same kind of problems when I was a kid. Is there anything we can do to help?
Yes, as you know, we have to supply a quota, and we've worked very hard to fulfill the quota and our own needs for the winter. And then raiders fell upon us at night. They diverted us by burning one of our barns, and then they stole grain from the other barn. One of our farmers tracked them, and he didn't want to get too close because they're raiders, but we think we know where they're hiding out. Not too far back, but we dare not go there and check it out ourselves.
Do you know how many raiders?
No, I mean, looking at the tracks, I guess several people. We are but a small village out there, and we can't petition the castle, and the patrols have not been round for a week because everyone's busy with the harvest. We are right on the eastern edge of the farmlands. Beyond us are the Great Plains.
Okay. Where do you think these bandits are? Can you draw us a map? Give us some description. I want to help. If my friends are willing, we want to come out and help you guys.
You guys. Oh, of course, your cloaks. You're officers in the army.
We're a crack team.
Oh, that would be yeah, great. How would we organize that? Would I need to go back to the petitioners' hall? Do I need to
No.
say anything?
I assume
If anything,
not.
we don't know how it works either.
Hey, we've got a remit to do what we want. I think you would just accompany us back to your village and then point us in the right direction.
From here to the castle of the east, Luna Cato, is about 60 miles. By foot, it's 3 days. By light horse, half that. But we don't have horses. We walked here, so I guess we'd have to walk.
We might be able to get some horses.
Okay.
Do we need them?
Where should we
Well,
meet? When should we
farmers?
leave? This sounds great.
Do we need the farmers?
Yeah. Do we need them?
Well, they know where the bandits are.
Well, we'll just get some
I
horses
think
then.
People
we
in the
should-
town might know what
We
the
need to take all the farmers.
Whatever, it's fine.
We can at least give these guys a lift back.
Crack team.
Where should we meet? What time? What place? Usually we take our wares to upriver to Emise Raka and have them shipped from there. I'm not often in this town.
You may say Raqqa is on the way to your town, you say?
No, it's north of here. Our town is to the east. That's a boating station.
Can you meet us by the big bridge?
Oh, on the south, of course. How could we miss it? On the south side of town. How about we meet you there at sunrise tomorrow, and then we make good haste on our travel. We will go back to the petitioners' hall now and tell him that it's taken care of. The drunk soldier at the bar turns around and gives Onas the nod again.
The nod of companionship and comradeship, which means we should go and see what this guy's deal is. Maybe he's
You definitely should.
Of course.
Yeah. Please, go
I'm
on.
going to go and speak to him and say, hey, how are you?
I was very impressed by your speech this morning. A true patriot.
Well, I am a man of letters. I'm a scribe, and I've been told that I am have a way with people and a way with words.
You're also
thank
in the service, I see.
Yeah, we just arrived today, and we've got our cloaks today, and now we're just out looking for adventure. What's happening with you?
I fear I can never return to my post for shame, as I see no way out of my trouble.
Oh, this sounds like good material. I mean, yeah, what happened?
I am stationed at the castle by the Rossmore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not sure I should even divulge this. It may mean my life.
Maybe a drink would help.
How much do you know about the castles up here on the Raqqa? You don't look like you're from round here.
I'm from the capital, but
Okay, DM break. You four know that these castles here, the Luna, are special to the Raqqa. They don't exist like this in the main country. They were built over 1,000 years ago, these 4 sort of stone square keeps of jet black. And they all have an identical cube, like just like a cube with no features in the middle of it for a keep with a dome on it. It is rumored that under the dome is our ancient magical flying machines that have not been used in living memory. Now, he says, I'm stationed at Luna Nami, the castle by the marsh, and I don't know how to say it. We discovered that the machine under the dome was there. It works, and we've lost it. It was taken, and I dare not. I've come back to report it or seek help, but I do not know how. I mean, if word of this gets back to one of the noble families like Prince Callis in the Tower, I may be immediately killed. This is huge. We don't know what to do.
Okay.
We don't know who took it, where it is. Oh my God, it's a disaster. So I'm just drinking myself to
So
death
you
here.
were charged with protecting a flying machine.
No, we are charged with minding the road as it comes in from the marshes. We're not even supposed to be looking under the dome or doing anything to do with that machine.
How many people know this thing is gone?
A small contingent inside the castle.
so it was there, even though you weren't meant to look under the dome. You did look under the dome and saw it was there.
I heard that in the night, after we examined it and left the dome open,
Okay,
then
so you
the
have
next
seen this
morning it was
machine.
gone.
You've seen it before. You
Yes,
know
it
what
has a
looks
very
like.
strange name. It's called an ornithopter.
Okay.
It looks like a giant metal bird. It has some kind of magical gem powering it like an engine to fly. But they've not been used for hundreds of years. I heard they didn't work or were just prone to breaking. It's legendary. We had to look, and then we were drunk and we forgot to close the dome. And the next morning it was gone, and we know not where. Oh my God, my life is over.
So it just disappeared. Well, that sounds
It
interesting.
is just demands
It
looking
sounds
farther into it.
This.
Yes,
yeah.
this sounds a
I
lot
like
more
the
interesting than
sound.
farmers.
This sounds interesting, but this guy, he caused his own problems. I want to help the farmers who have done nothing.
True, but it's a flying machine.
Yeah, I
It will
I
still be
want a
missing.
flying machine.
It will still be missing by the time we've gone
Exactly,
out there
it
and
could
helped
have-
the farmers.
Yeah, of course,
But
of
it
course.
could be
Yeah.
missing even farther. I don't
certainly
know.
will be missing. I've got about 30 days
This-
before the guards, the
this
next squad relieves
is
us
a
and they
fellow-
find out everything.
Fellow officer who, through no fault of his own, just the demon drink helps him along a little into this
well,
predicament.
You would know all about
we
the
should
drink.
help him out.
I don't
He's
think
got
he
a.
knows anything about demon drink.
This guy
We'll
is,
find out
I'm
very
assuming,
soon.
this guy is an elf officer,
He is
of
elven.
course, like the
Officer.
majority of officers. So,
Although this morning I may have described him as human. Upon closer inspection, you discover that he is elven.
there we go.
He took his hat off.
Yeah.
30 days, we can get, if we get the horses, we can get up to the plains,
Yeah.
deal with these bandits in a week, come back, and on our way back, we can go sell out
But
this
by
farm.
then,
do
the
it.
ornithopter could be it could be gone. We've got
I
to get there whilst the train's hot. How
say-
far away is this?
At that moment, while Onas is at the bar with the soldier, Bjorn is hanging back. And he sees a familiar face, a fellow rogue from his old crew. When you were caught and put onto this service, he got away, and you haven't seen him since. Comes in and comes over conspiratorially to have a word with you. You are Bjork Dirk Fjol.
Bjorn Dyrkfjall.
Bjorn Dyrkfjall. He is called Dirk Bjornful.
Dirk.
Bizarro universe.
Bjorn, I've got a great opportunity for us. I'm glad to see you out of jail.
Go on.
Oh, you can't believe it. I have heard. There is a guy at one of the hunting lodges south on the river by the forest who says he knows where there's a place where somebody has a camp and that they have found a source of blood poppy and they haven't declared it. It's big bucks. We could go in there. We could reap the rewards. We could get in that, or we could attack them, kill them, steal it. I mean, it's blood poppies, man. It's big money. It's big money. It's a score. I'm so glad I found you. I've got no crew right now.
I'm so very intrigued by this.
Wait. What's this cloak you are wearing?
I'm in the service now. Which...
Ah, you are in the service. Where did you steal the cloak?
No. I'm actually up in the service, and I've got a crack team at my disposal.
That's great.
Yeah,
We could just do it anyway. No one would suspect you in those cloaks, and you've got the real pin. Oh, that's amazing.
All right, here's the deal, though. We've got to go and solve problems.
Those people are not declaring it. They're criminals. We could just not declare all of it.
Can we hear this?
No. He is conspiratorially whispering in the background with Bjorn. You do notice
I'm
that
hanging
Bjorn
back.
has hung back and is talking to some unsavory-looking character. You do notice that.
Mm.
So what do you say? Anyway, I mean, there's no hurry, but I mean, I'm in a hurry. It's money.
Well, I would have to...
This is a
run it.
legitimate tip. Someone in one of these lodges knows where there's an illegal blood poppy gathering camp. This is a real thing, man. We can...
And this was down south, you say?
Yeah. It was in a hunting lodge. You know, there are loads of those things all along the edge of the forest. I think it was like he said something like the lodge was called something like the name of a flower. Not poppy, obviously. Foxglove Lodge.
Oh. All right. Dirk,
Yeah.
keep your ear to the ground on this one.
I got the tip. All we need to go is down to that lodge, find the guy, get the location. We can get in on this, or we can steal it. You can like say, oh look, we found this site, and now we're declaring it, but we just kind of like take half the flowers out of there first.
Dirk, thanks for the tip. If we end up going down there, of course, I've got your number, right?
You know where to hit him up. In fact, you know that in the human quarter, there's this gambling den where you and your old crew used to meet, a dice hall.
Of course.
A small dice hall, a backstreet dice hall. Okay, he says, well, look, you know, if you want to go down there, you know where to find me. Okay, I'm out. Peace out.
But wait, hold on, before you go.
Yeah, Bjorn.
Who's controlling the Foxglove Lodge? Like
That's
what
a
is
ranger
yours?
lodge. That's like army guys. It's a ranger lodge, you know. Rangers get assigned there, and then they go and patrol the forests and shit, man. But one of them's like, you know,
These guys are on
one of
the
them's
take, ranger guys.
yeah, I guess one of them is.
Thanks, Dirk.
Okay, you know where to find me.
Secret handshake.
Yep. All kinds of winks and nods going in.
Really involved handshake.
And he furtively sidles out of the bar. Okay, you are now back all together in the bar. By the way, you are starving. The barman says, what would you like to eat?
Oh, wasn't there a spit roast or something that was going on?
I think it was just a roast.
There are some of the remnants of the spit roast are still around. Yeah, the barbecue is
Lingering.
still going. Yeah, we have some stuff on the barbecue
Let's
still.
have some of that.
And by the way, you didn't pay for your soups last time, but you know what? You're back.
I thought it was
Doesn't
all on
matter.
the house.
The beer was on the house.
Oh,
Okay.
But I'm glad to see you. Now,
forgive me, good man.
did you get any leads on Bill?
Still
Botley?
looking. Still
We
looking.
looked.
We know he's in the human district. We've got his position
triangulated
triangulated.
it.
It's just a matter of
Hey, you know what,
tightening
guys?
the noose.
We need.
Triangulated. That sounds magical. Great.
How about this? How about if we say to this guy after we've had our whatever this is now kind of evening meal, if he gives us lodging for the night, I assume there's some kind of sleeping facility in
A
this
young
dive?
male elven server starts bringing out platters of meat on skewers, and actually, it smells pretty good.
Or if he can cut us a deal on some lodgings, then we can go and look for his.
Well, we
Wife.
have an evening before we go meet those farmers. I'd say
Exactly.
let's go find
Do
Bill.
that. Find Bill.
Wait, were
Sort
we
that
supposed to be meeting them tomorrow morning at sunrise
we
or
find the
tonight at
farmers
sunset?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
morning.
sunrise.
Tomorrow morning sunrise.
All right, so we could actually even maybe make it out to the outpost of Luna Nami just to check around. Perhaps get some...
Is that close enough to get to this quickly?
You know, the nearest of the lodges, as you would head south, like down into civilization.
The nearest is
The
Foxglove
nearest lodge
Lodge
is probably something like a day's march.
But no, I think you were talking about the
to
place
Luna
with
Nami?
the ornithopter.
Going north up the opposite side of the
Yes,
river
to
to the
the
castle.
ornithopter.
Yeah, how far
That's
is that?
probably also going to be like a couple of days travel.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need to fit in time at some point tonight, maybe after dinner, to go back to the quartermaster and get light horses.
Get some stuff, see if Bill's about, have a kit.
Yeah. Let's get dinner in us, and then go take care of some evening business.
Okay, so
If you know what I mean.
you
Meet
will
the
need
farmers.
you will need rest. So we'll have one more evening action before we get into whichever of these three roads you're going to choose. Essentially, so you eat. Night falls. The lamps are lit all around this district you're in, and it looks pretty amazing. The lamps are blue or white in the glass to give it color. It's bustling. It still smells great. It's pretty nice. The sky is like clear. It's autumn. It's a bit of a chill in the air, but the warmth of the fires coming out of the pubs and inns is pretty awesome. In fact, all of you feel pretty good. You know, you found a place. There are rooms upstairs at the Polo. This guy seems really into you. He's still not yet actually billed you for anything. And you are going to get one action in the evening. We skip to the next morning when you meet these guys. Now, the human quarter is exactly south of the place you're in now, next to a hill called, creatively, The Lookout. And Bjorn and Seyda know where it is.
So is there still time to go to the quartermaster and get horses if we go check out Bill?
You would have to see the quartermaster the next morning at dawn.
Okay.
We can do that.
Yeah.
The farmers don't mind if we're late. We're going to solve their problems.
Hey, so we're going to go and do the farmer thing then? We're not going to go and get the jellycopter?
No.
The ornithopter.
We made plans we've made plans with these farmers to meet them tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And so now we head
farmers.
south a little bit.
This is the last
to
farmer
human
job we
quarter.
do for a while, though. I don't want any more farmers.
This is our only farmer job.
Yeah, one and only.
Okay,
This is the first thing Onas has said that I agree with.
Yeah.
the human quarter.
Cities.
The buildings here are narrow and 3 stories high, a bit shorter than the rest of the city. Many are all wood and without the white stone lower floor that gives the town its character. They run together to make like complete walls of windows and doors. Most, but not all people here are human, which is, unique to the frontier. You notice that the small taverns and stores around the central dirt square use common language signs, not Elven. And they have long flags hanging vertically either side of the main doors. That's like human style. People sit around on stools out front of their buildings. They hang out of windows. They lean up against walls. You feel eyes on you all the time in this area. So you're in the center of the area. It's Bjorn's neighborhood.
I would have some of my crew kind of kicking about here, right?
As well as the dice hall where you meet your crew, you know that the head rogue in the human quarter, and by the way, this is me telling Bjorn as a DM, this is not something you would share. You'd be very careful about sharing names of these people, right? I mean, very careful, even with your newly met companions. You know someone really high up in the Thieves Guild.
Right.
A girl whose nickname is Zero. And she's a human thief who is, as far as you know, is suspected of kind of like being a kind of vigilante in protection of humans, essentially. But it's all rumored. You do know she's pretty high up, and you do know you can meet her in the dice hall as well as your old crew.
Right.
You also know that if anyone in the service sees you hanging around your old crew, you're in big trouble because of what happened. They're the leads you have. A dice hall in this square, your old crew, and this girl called Zero. You'd recognize her by sight.
Right.
But you wouldn't kind of talk openly about her name.
Yeah.
Did he tell us about his conversation with Dirk?
No, of course I didn't.
No, in fact, you have not broached that with him. You saw the conversation from the distance.
Just a dude I know. Guys, there's a little place that I know here in the human quarter. If we want to find Bill Botley, just trust me on this. We'll go there. I'll see a familiar face and ask about Billy Bot. So let's go into the vicinity of the dice hall.
The dice hall is bustling, and of course you can hear the sound of dice. It's the evening. All the humans are hanging out down here gambling. It's obviously a more shabby sort of area. And looking in through the door, you immediately spot both Dirk and Zero, though not together. Seems to be a lot of crew members down here.
All right. I do just want to kind of break away from my crowd of compatriots for a moment. I want to sidle up to the bar, give Dirk a bit of side eye.
Okay, as you do that, Hjani and Onas are looking at each other. What do you say to each other about this before we continue?
Do you know how to play this game?
Well, the game of hanging out with humans?
Well, it seems a little fun. Whatever they're doing.
I guess we could bring ourselves down to their level just as part of an information gathering exercise.
Okay, Bjorn goes in first.
I approach the bar while making quick eye contact with Dirk across the room.
You notice two things. One, the barman, who you recognize, Dirk and Zero, your crew members, all give you the look. But you also notice that walking in a Snow White blue-trimmed officer's cape is causing a bit of a commotion. It's sort of on the down low right now, but all of you can immediately see that wearing your cloaks and pins is causing people to be like officers in a dice gambling den. Gambling is not illegal, but it's a place known to be where shit goes down. Yeah.
Maybe we need to earn our spurs in here. Maybe we do need to play a little bit of dice.
I would like to take off my cloak, and I heard you two elves talking about the human game looks fun. I'm going to drag you two down to a dice table and teach you how to play.
Do it.
I guess we could sully ourselves for an evening.
Yes, I suppose. I mean, I was only somewhat interested, but, since you offered, let's go.
Low culture.
Okay, so we'll have two parts. A quick round of the dice games and your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you approaching again? Sorry, barman, Dirk, or...
I go to the barman.
Zero. Okay, barman says, Bjorn Djerkfjall. How goes it?
I think you see the situation that I'm in right now.
Okay. How can I help you? Tracking someone?
Yeah, I'm looking
that
for
was prescient of me.
God, you're good.
We know everything.
All right, so you know who I'm looking for?
I don't.
Of
I'm
course.
sorry,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. All right, I was just checking. All right.
Slip me one silver piece across the bar and give me a name. Don't look around. You're in uniform. You may check your character sheet and talk about it openly. It's fine.
I'm just checking to see what I have for gold right now. You just wanted one silver piece?
One silver piece.
Okay.
It's quite a lot for information in this town.
Worth it. I slip him a single SP, silver
And
piece.
what's the name?
Bill Botley.
Don't look right now, but on the third table to
God.
the right, Bill Botley is the guy with the bald head, but long at the back, like shoulder-length hair, but with a bald head, sitting on the third table from the right. Okay, and now I can no longer talk to you while you wear that cloak. He gives you the stink eye and turns away.
It's not like I can change right now.
Meanwhile, on another table, you guys sit down. The dealer says, we are playing the local game Snake Eyes. Please take the 3 extra D6 I gave you.
Let's play some Snake Eyes.
Here's the rules. You roll the dice. You put any amount of money down. If all the numbers are kind of different from each other, you've lost. If you get a double of any description, it pays back an equal amount on your money back. So if you bet 1, you get 1. If you get a triple, you get double your money. And if you get 3 ones, you get 5 times your money.
Ooh.
So how much would you like to bet down?
What's an average bet at this table?
You look around, people are betting in coppers and silvers because they're all poor. Silver is considered like high roller in this place.
Okay, let's just put down 10 copper. 5 coppers.
You place 5 coppers on the tables. If you roll if any double shows up out of the 3, you get your stake back and the same. If you get a triple, you get the incremental amounts, yeah.
Let's go. Okay, elves, do you know any magic elves? Well, not magic because this is a den of gambling.
Oh,
but
no.
Give me some kind of elven blessing for this.
Best
You
of luck.
do have prestidigitation, which would allow you... I've probably said that wrong. Onas, try and pronounce that word. Predigestion, which would allow you to affect the outcome of 1 dice, but if you got caught, you'd be really in the shit.
Oh, would I? Well, I'm not going to use it for this roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Snake eye.
And
1,
declare
3,
the...
and a 4.
You lose your 5 copper pieces.
Oh dear.
Hjani, would you like to take a bet?
Yes, this looks like fun.
Everyone is going to get a bet.
All right, I will also try my luck with 5 copper.
Yay!
I got 2 3s and a 1.
Your bet is matched.
How lovely.
the bank.
This is a fun game.
Technically, you have just won Seyda's money offer. Which is exactly what happened. And
lovely.
finally, Onas.
All right, I'm going to throw out 5 silver.
You put 5 silver down on the table all across the den. People stop and look.
Remember, I'm quite a charismatic guy as well, so
What is your charisma, by the way?
it is 17 with a +3 modifier.
Yeah, everyone is really like, yeah, oh, by the way, that means that he is cool.
I
And
am
everyone's
cool.
looking at you right now.
Please remember.
And you've put down a huge high roller bet for this place.
Yep.
Would you like to, if one of the, you can move one of these dice, you can
I'm
re-roll.
I'm pre-digitationing
If you're
this,
using
yeah.
prestidigitation, it means that I will allow you to re-roll any dice.
Okay,
Okay, go.
here it goes. Oh. So if I
Us.
have to get a...
Please declare all dice rolls.
Oh, I have a 1, a 5, and a 6.
You cast prestidigitation.
Yeah.
And you manipulate one of the dice as it rolls.
Oh, look at that. I
2
have now rolled a
sixes.
6, so I now have 2 6s.
Your 5 silver pieces are matched, and the place bursts into spontaneous applause.
Oh, thank you. Just don't ruin it by telling any jokes, Bjorn. Wow. So what do I get? I get 5 backs on my original
Yeah,
5.
you get your stake and you get 5 back. Now, the evening is pressing on. Do you want to move on Bill in some way?
I want to look over my shoulder and see what table that my friends are playing at.
You see them playing. On another table, you see this guy, Bill Botley, with his bald head yet very shoulder length long from the sides, sitting at one of the tables. They're not playing, he's just talking to a couple of friends, it seems.
Let it be known that anything else about Bill Botley, I like his style.
Would it be right in saying that we have distracted from whatever might happen whilst Bjorn and Bill are talking because we've been playing at the table?
No, absolutely. And your actions have definitely drawn attention to you with your charisma and your successful...
What can I say?
Right, although you do know that magic had a hand in it.
I know, but
They don't.
That's what they want.
So Bill Botley's there. Everyone's paying attention to this high roller at the dice table. You have a chance to go over there. You also have a number of skills such as...
a very high diplomacy, which
Okay.
is I would like to sidle up to Bill Botley.
You do so. Do I know you?
You don't. But I know you, Botley.
You know my name.
All right, Bill. Hey, when did you get in town?
Excuse me?
When did you get back into town? I know that you haven't been around these parts in a while.
I've lived here all my life.
Uh-oh.
You can't help me now.
That's
We're
right.
too busy
says
gambling.
the DM.
Yes, I should have stopped by your table. Bill, I know what you're after with regard to a certain little lady.
A certain little lady? Which lady?
The bartender's wife, Bill.
His face drops. He looks at you. Don't talk about that so loud. He might be in here.
Oh, no, well, this is going
Let
to be
me-
easier than I thought.
Let me tell you a story.
Oh, God.
When I was young, the barman of Polo Polo and myself, we loved the same girl. And we fought. And, it's all so hazy now. She ended up with him. And I left the town. And then I arrived back 2 weeks ago. And I met her. Anyway, I met her, and by the way, he's genuinely reaching, and his companions look confused. Yeah. And then I asked her, no, leave and marry me. I have a much more respectable job, but I didn't, and she has turned me down.
Oh, so it's all sorted then? I'm just gonna say it now. Back off the barkeep's wife, Bill.
She has already rejected me.
Oh, this all worked out.
Now,
It all worked out.
Onas, can you hand me your character sheet for 2
Yes,
seconds there,
certainly.
carefully, the front of it? While I'm looking at this, Seyda and Onas are having a side conversation at the gambling table, while Onas is very happy with having won his 5 silver.
Well, it turns out these human games of yours aren't quite so tedious as I was expecting.
I told you guys that this was going to be fun.
I mean, simplistic, child's play even, but yeah, not tedious.
Well, you've made some lucky rolls. How much have you won now?
I won another 5 silver pieces, so I think I've done pretty well tonight. These people seem to be entertained. I feel like I've given them what they want. We've all come out a little bit better off.
Maybe, Mr. Elf, you are not as bad as I thought you first were.
Maybe
let's go get a
I'm
drink.
not. Let's get a nice flagon of drinky drink.
Bjorn, I just need you to make a straight intelligence check. You only have to beat 10. What's your intelligence
I got a
modifier?
+4 to intelligence.
Wow. Okay.
And that's 12, so that's 16 in all.
As Bill finishes up his story to you, you see that his two drinking mates look very uncomfortable as he's sort of spitting this tale to him. They're literally kind of staring into their beer, wide-eyed, looking like something's up, or they, something up with his story or you or whatever. They're kind of like staring into their beers, basically, right by the end of the story. And evening is drawing on. If you need to get enough rest for waking up at dawn, you guys are going to have to end your night here.
Yeah, I guess we should head back to the old.
But I just got started.
There'll be more.
I will give Hjani one more roll at the dice.
All right, I got to put down 5 silver too.
Oh boy.
Big money, big money.
You do not have prestidigitation, and you don't know that Onas had cast it at all. Actually, okay, roll the dice.
No.
Declare your dice.
1, 2, and 3.
That is the lowest possible combination without winning anything. And not only do you lose your 5, everyone goes, a 1, 2, and a 3. And the dealer at the table says, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay another 1 silver piece tax on that. That's the house rules. Them's the house rules.
Oops.
So you owe us 6 now.
Me.
All right.
You lose 6 to the house. Okay. You
This
retire
human game,
to the
it's so
Polo.
dangerous.
On the way in, before you go to your rooms, you have a chance at a very quick exchange with the barkeep, who looks at you expectantly as you guys finally come in at the end of your first day.
Well, barkeep, your problem's been taken care of.
He looks at you incredulously. What do you mean? How? What happened?
Bill Botley won't be troubling your little missus anymore.
Well, what did he say?
Oh, he said it was done with.
It was done with?
Yeah,
You
that's
do know
all.
he fucked my wife.
Oh, god damn it.
Why did we let you deal with Bill?
Yeah, what happened with that?
I got a high
Yeah.
diplo, and obviously,
Did you even come and try to talk to us about how you met Bill?
I'm not a great listener.
Oh, look, retire to your rooms. Never mind, because, she's told me it happened. Seems quite happy about it, too. Oh, my life is falling apart. At least I have my
Oh,
inn.
wait, I totally missed that then.
Now we're going to have to pay for these rooms.
And I just lost 6 silver.
Hey,
I'm hurting.
I just
He
won
won it all.
5. I'm okay.
So the house still won.
I
Okay.
can pay for my room.
Cut 2. The sun rises. You get up and you head south, where the farmer Dennis and his compatriots are waiting for you. You meet Dennis and you walk through the city as everyone wakes up and starts their early morning business of what most people are doing. And you arrive back at the quartermaster's house, where you see the hall, where you see the scribes, the quartermaster, everyone kind of filing in, bleary-eyed and annoyed.
I'm going to go up to the quartermaster and tell him we have a job to do. We want to go up and help Mr. Dennis here with his bandit problem. Can he lend us some horses?
Okay. Come into the hall with me. What exactly is the job? Sorry, give me more details.
Dennis the farmer, he has been having problems with bandits. We think there might be a big bandit outpost out in the plains, and I think it would be pertinent if we went out there and sorted it out.
Do you mean like a large army?
Maybe not an army, but maybe a scouting group for a large army. I am desperately trying to upsell this to the quartermaster in the hope that he will give us more supplies.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Dennis is looking very nervous when you try to upsell it, though, as he previously told you he thought it was about, 6 or so people. Okay, so, I see. So what did he tell you that makes you think this might be the case?
Oh, well, they have been stealing grain, which seems like it might be for supplies.
Oh, I see. Stealing supplies for a larger group. And where is it? The far east side, you say?
It is close to Luna Cato.
Ah, yes, out east. Okay. Well, you could march there. It wouldn't take too much time, right? What do you think you need? Sorry.
Well, I think that we should have some horses, because if there is a large group of bandits, it would be better to get there sooner rather than later. Could we have a cart for the farmers and maybe a horse each?
You could put the farmers in the back of a cart, and you guys could have, there'll be 4 light horses, 1 for each of you, plus a cart and 2 cart horses.
Then
Blimey.
How do we get the cart
God,
back?
this is a lot of stuff.
With the cart horses.
No, but who's going to be driving? We're going to have 5 horses. We're going to bring the farmers back with us as well.
What else? Do you need, can the 4 of you handle any skirmishes by yourselves?
Oh, absolutely.
Completely.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
doubt about that.
So if you're scouting for them and it's a small party, you feel you can
Well, we
take
don't
all
want
comers.
to announce our
We're
presence.
a
We
crack
want- yeah.
team.
We wanna go
First
in-
of all,
Instead of the cart, we just have the farmers can go there by themselves. They can walk.
But we need Dennis. If we get there early, we're going to be hanging out.
We have our clokes. We're
would
officers of
the horses hold a farmer and a small magician elf?
Who are you calling magician?
We're a crack team.
Crack team with a cart for the farmers. Great.
One of my scribes here will take you out into the yard across to the stables, and we will issue you with saddles and the horses. When will you be leaving?
Oh, immediately, I think. After
Yes.
breakfast? Maybe we should have some breakfast. We'll take some breakfast.
He scribbles down like the date, the rough description of the time, as in morning. He starts writing down like 4 light horses, 4 saddles, 1 cart, dimensions, blah blah blah. The scribe's writing it all down, and he says, "Okay, and can I get all of your full names? Sorry, you sir."
I'm Onas Ondiri.
Onas, good. You,
I am Seyda.
you,
Bjorn Dyrkfjall.
and you.
Hjani.
Great. Okay, he writes all that down. I've opened a report. When you return, find me, and we will write down the details of what's the basic gist of this. So
Raider spotted east.
Raider spotted
They
east.
burnt a barn. They burnt some
Could
stuff.
be a
barn.
larger party.
There was a burning.
A barn was
Just
burned.
reports of raiders near. Luna
We're scouting.
Grain stolen. I heard you say.
Yeah,
stolen.
raiding.
Has this affected the quota? As you know, every village and farm has to supply a quota.
This has affected the quota, which is why I think this is an urgent thing we should deal with straight away.
Well, you better find that stuff, because here's the thing: not supplying the quota for a non-legitimate reason can be punished severely, and you can just discover this missing grain. Either way, the quota must be met. Okay, we've opened a report here. Whenever you get back, please report back, and we'll close it.
Could I also sidle over to the scribe I was talking to yesterday and just ask him if there's any more information on the whereabouts of the scout Hjani?
Hello. He's very, very impressed. Sorry. Hjani Kitu,
Hjani,
the silver
sorry.
fox.
Yeah, the silver fox.
Silver fox. Oh, the silver fox.
Any news on the silver fox since we
A
left
hero.
it yesterday?
She's a hero of our nation, running through the snow alone, across mountains,
Yeah,
through
you told
trees.
me. Yeah, we went through this. I understand, but have you heard any more of her? How's the report going? What's going on with that?
Nothing. Sorry.
No more information. Why is she called the silver fox?
That's a loose translation of her elven name, sir.
Interesting. Yeah, I knew that because I'm an elf. I just wondered why you were using the human tongue. Huh. So, how much does a scribe make?
Seyda, go grab him by the collar and drag him out.
Yes.
I grab him by the collar and drag him out.
I've got to go now. I'll see you later.
Goodbye. I will regale you with more stories.
Yes, my
of the
scribish
silver
friend.
fox. Oh. Okay, you head off to the stables, you get your horses. So each of you now, please write in your character sheet, has a light horse, a saddle. A saddle actually means the saddle, the bridle, the bit, and all the things that go with it, including saddlebags and a blanket. You can write saddle. We can take it as read that it includes the whole kit for riding your horse. And you are given a wagon. Well, it's not a wagon. It's kind of like, it's a cart. It has sides, but it's a flat cart with 2 wheels pulled by 2 horses. And the farmers sort of happily, they seem to know what to do with it. Yeah. And what you're going to do now is basically, start your journey.
Yay!
And what we are going to do is continue the journey a little while longer.
Yay.
And I'll read what happens, and then we'll go from there. So, you set off along the Eastern Road with your farmers. And as the Dungeon Master goes to his notes for this, what are Hjani and Seyda talking about as they leisurely canter out of the town along the East Road?
So, Dice, how do you get good at this game?
It's not really, there's not a lot to it. It's just a game of luck. I am worried that now I'm in a party with an alcoholic and a gambler.
Well, there's got to be some way to make things go slightly better for you when you want them to, right?
You use magic, but if you get caught, then the dice house are not going to be very happy.
Magic, you say?
You look like you can fight. Where did you learn to? What are your skills?
Oh, military school. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I am at least second in my class. Top 5%, I would say.
We should have a fight one day.
So you leave the town behind, and this road basically is going eastwards. Now, to the north of you are the plains and the farmland as far as the eye can see, flat. But to the south of the road skirts the very first slopes leading up to the very first ridges and rises of the foothills of the Greatwood, which you know to be a 3,000 kilometer long massive pine forest that goes way beyond your civilization as well. Basically, looking south, there's a rise up to a ridge and the start of the trees and the forest, and then beyond that, snowy peaks in the distance. You are heading east, so that's on your right, and the plains are on the left. Now, the cart's making better time than you thought. This road is it's a dirt road, but it's pretty flat. It's compact, and it's doing all right. Now, after about 4 or 5 hours as you approach noon, up ahead, the road dips into a depression and goes out of sight. It sort of like dips beyond you. You hear shouts and the clash of steel from somewhere along the road. Then the unmistakable sound of a death scream. Cautiously approaching the top of the slope, the scene appears before you. At a point where the road fords a shallow brook is an overturned wagon. 2 people are crouched behind it, occasionally peering around the side. One is clearly wearing a white and sky blue cloak. Looking to your right, a steep slope rises up from the wagon about 300 or 400 feet to a ridge and a tree line. The 2 figures seem to be putting the wagon between themselves and that ridge and looking anxiously around, as if they think there's somebody up there. Beyond them, around the ford, you see several bodies lying strewn about. Some have white cloaks and some don't. One of the 2 figures behind the wagon, so the upturned wagon, sees you, and he raises a closed fist, which you know to be the signal for hold your position.